Welcome to CrossYoga Power or Sculpt, if you want to call it that. I have my weights with me today. You can do this whole video without and just move your arms as I do. If you want to bring weights, don't go too heavy because that might be a little bit too much, but you decide. Take a seat and let's start. As always, you're welcome to close your eyes when you have taken that comfortable seat. Preparing body, soul, and mind just for a few moments. Breathing and letting go. So anything you feel like you want to let go into God's mighty hands, you can do that by sighing out or shaking out your arms if that feels better. And remember, when you have let it go into God's hands, it is gone. So if your mind brings it up again, just remind yourself that it is gone for now. And no matter what you might be feeling or thinking or experiencing, just be present right now. Receiving God's healing love into your body. Into your thinking mind. And into your feelings and emotions. Maybe you want to turn your palms up and sit quietly, just receiving. Warming up the spine with twists or rotations of the spine. So you can bring your left hand and mirroring you, so we're going the same direction. Your left hand on the right side and right hand behind you. Sit tall though. And as you inhale, you take your arms up overhead and twist to opposite side. And let's continue with a breath. Slowly, arms up, inhale. And exhale, twisting. Not going to your max twist though. And to incorporate more muscle strength, you can do the last few reps here without the support of your hands. So just move your hands, but don't let them help you into the twist. Let the muscles, the core work into your twist. Sit super tall. And if you're done with the last repetition there, move your wrists. You're always welcome to extend your legs by now. I'm gonna guide you through a variation of a vinyasa that is a little bit different than what you might No. Starting in downward facing dog, but just let's begin by saying hello to our legs. Moving them, stretching them, lifting the hip up and back, softening everything around the shoulder girdle, at least towards that part that's towards your ears. It sometimes helps me and you, I believe, as well, being present if you're doing new movements in your body and challenging your body a little bit. You can't help just trying to pay attention to what's going on. This is also why I'll invite you to do this vinyasa. So you can take your plank, but take the left knee in, hover over the mat. The right knee follows. So you do this kind of a hovering tabletop plank. Then you bring your knees down, swaying your back. So doing your cow, it must be posture, looking up. Going for the other one, the cat. I like to take my hip a little bit behind my knees. Coming back into this hovering tabletop plank variation. Take one leg back, the other follows along, and then you're in your down dog again. Let's try that. Breathing. Inhale, move into plank. Exhale, hovering tabletop. Inhale, your cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, hovering tabletop. Exhale, step back to plank, down dog. If your wrists are okay, you can do this one more time. Inhale, plank. Hovering tabletop, exhale. Inhale, your cow, knees down. Exhale, cat. Inhale, hovering tabletop, flat spine, knees back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. Walk your feet to the top end of the mat and shake your wrists. We're gonna warm up our thighs. Chair pose. Arms by your side. Lift up high and hug the world. So bring your arms out to the side. And then bring your arms up overhead, lifting up your right knee as high as you possibly can, trying to balance. And then lift or move right leg back to a high lunge. Step it to the front, chair pose. Sink low. Rise up, hug the world, arms out. Arms up, left leg moves up. High lunge, lowering down, arms are lifted up. Most likely you're struggling with balance. Move to the front, so maybe bend your knee and come to the front. Let's move with a breath. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hug, arms out. Inhale, right knee up, arms up. Exhale, high lunge. Staying low in your left knee, inhale. Exhale, chair. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, arms out. You can go for a back bend if you feel like it. Inhale, reach the arms up, left knee up. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale. Maybe leaning forward. Exhaling, chair pose. Let's shake those arms and do this one more time, but going a little bit deeper. So sink deeper. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, mountain pose. Ujjayi, exhale maybe. Lean back, open your chest. Arms up, right leg up, inhale. High lunge, exhale, going super deep. Lean a little bit forward. You can bring your hands to prayer if you want. Inhale. Chair, stay low. Exhale. Inhale, lift high. Arms out, be present. Arms up, left knee up. Exhale, high lunge. Wiggle that foot far back. Stay, inhale. Chair pose, exhale. And you can drape forward, extend both legs. Awesome. Let's get into it. So bring one weight in each hand, step back, warrior two. Now, depending on how heavy you're going, I'm going with 3 kilos, 6 pounds in each hand. So for the shoulders, this is a lot, at least in my case. So find your warrior two, but with your arms like this, cactus arms. Try to keep your elbows aligned with the shoulders. Bend the front knee though. Stay firm. And then lift the arms up overhead and bring them down to elbow shoulder height. Let's do that just 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Then bring the weights here in front of you, almost like prayer pose. And you can do prayer pose if you don't have weights. Lean forward, navel in, and this is important. You can go more narrow with your feet. You can inhale standing here and exhale. Or move your arms. You're going to open up the arms. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands together again. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Whew, I feel this in my shoulders. Last time. Inhale and exhale. Standing up, extend the front leg and lean back with both legs extended. Don't hyperextend though. Lean back. Funny enough, same thing. Inhale, open. Exhale in. Now incorporate your pelvic floor as well here. And don't be quicker than I am. Last one. Great. Bend the front knee again. Maybe you'll bring your hands down. High lunge. So back heel, which is left leg, is off. We're going to do bicep curls. And if you have more heavy weights, you would probably go for those now. So bend your elbows and extend. If you want more, you can also extend the front leg as you bend your elbows. And then bend the knee again as you extend your elbows. I follow my breath. I almost can't do this without. So this is my thing. Keep the hip closed, aligned with the short end of the mat. 3. Shoulder girdles pulled back. 2. And 1. Bring your weights down, step to the front. And before we do all of this on the other side, we shake things out. So you bring your right leg back, open up for that warrior two. I'm just going to turn my mat so I have more connection with you there. But your right leg will be back, front heel to back heel, or front heel to back arch. Bring your arms here. This is where we're going to start. Make sure that the shoulders, the hip are aligned with the long end of the mat so you're not halfway forward. Knees stay where they are. And then let's do this 3 times. Lifting and lowering. And one more time. If you don't feel anything in your front thigh yet, maybe go deeper. But also know that we're going to stay here for just a moment more, leaning forward. Okay? Tuck this top shoulder up and back so you have this opening in your chest. Bring the arms out. Maybe you inhale and bring them back. You can always just let go of the weight in the top arm there. That was 3 times. Lifting up, extend both legs, lean back, keep everything aligned. Navel in. Let's do it. Inhale, open up. Exhale, hands together, prayer pose. Last one. And then you gaze towards your front end of the mat. Arms down by your side, back heel off, high lunge again. Go deep without arching the back super much. Bicep curls. Push through the front heel on the floor. Let's do 5, 4. You should be warm, feeling your shoulders by now. If you're used to working out, this one is not maybe the most toughest variation of things, but that's just how we roll. Last one. Awesome. You can put your weights down somewhere. Step back, downward facing dog. Maybe you feel like shaking things out. Doing a bit of a push-up, so move into plank. Maybe on your knees the first time, elbows in, lower down. Maybe it's just a bit down, maybe it's all the way down. Lift up again though. Coming back to down dog. Let's do that 5 times. 5 times, yes. Helps us being present, come on. Plank, you might inhale. Low plank, toes and knees. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, down dog. A little bit quick. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up, move through both hands, and back and down. 3 more times. And you know, it's fine putting words on what you feel, okay? So coming down, you might be, and coming up, put it into words. It's a part of being present. God knows what's going on in your body and mind. Awesome. Coming to the top end of the mat. If you're done, shake things out. Folding forward, getting a little of a stretch in the back of the thighs. And we're going to use the weights one more time. And it's going to be in Warrior 3, a variation thereof. If you're used to doing Warrior 3 and you can balance well in that one, you'll be challenged because this weight will throw you off a little bit. You can take the right leg back. Maybe you take a look at the screen because most likely you can't see as you're balancing. So I'm going to see if I can try to find my balance. And gonna bring the arms out like this to really connect to the shoulder blades there. So pushing the shoulder blades together as we do this. So if it's too much, bring the foot down and don't balance at all. Just do a few. Closed hip. 2 more. If you're not done yet, keep doing it. I want you to really feel it. So if you have lighter weights, take a few more reps than I do here. Other side. Left leg up and back. Warrior 3 with flies. Whew. Standing up tall. Shake things out. Almost through. Bring your right leg back for that high lunge. And again, if you have any issues or this weight is too heavy, please don't. But I'm going to bring my arms out here. If you have just half a kilo or something really light, maybe go wider. I'm going to be mindful here. So here, navel in, and then I'm going to lean a little bit forward in this twisted variation. I'm not going to come all the way down, and I'm going to rise up. Put one weight down. If you have very light weight, you might want to go with both, but I'm going to take a hold of my weight like this. High lunge, right leg back. We're going to go for a twist. So if your left leg is forward, you're going to twist to your left side. I'm going to lean forward, navel in, twisting like this, and coming up again. Any lower back issues? Maybe just stay here or just do this rotation to the side. Don't lean forward. I have to look at the floor to keep my balance. This is really hard on the front thigh, which is absolutely lovely. Let's do 3. Keep pushing the hips in towards each other so you're not pushing one out. 2. And 1. Ooh. Step to the front. Left leg back. Same procedure. 5 or 6 reps. Was it okay for your spine? Pay attention. Navel in. If you can't feel that you're pushing the navel in to really support the spine here, I wouldn't go super low. You have to feel that you're really connecting. If you're ready, go up and down. You count on your own 6 times. Breathe. Are you being present? Whew. Put the weight down. Step back, down dog. Take a seat on the mat. Bring both weights or just one of them. We're going to do boat pose, but with this twist variation. And lower back issues, just stay with your boat if you're not supposed to twist or rotate your spine. You most likely sit on the other end of the mat. So, hands in prayer. If you're not having any weights, go to one side, go to the other. Always option of lifting heels off. Sometimes I like having my heels down to stabilize myself. Obliques, the cross-fibering muscles in the abdomen here, really working hard. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down on your back and bring your weights with you. This is going to be the absolutely last thing we do. So it's going to work the pecs, chest muscles. So lift your hip up, bridge pose with your legs. So make sure that your legs are not dropping out. Your hips stays closed in, squeeze the buttocks in towards each other. And then you can stay there and move your arms out to the side. Bench press kind of a thing if you're familiar with strength training. So the weights are not over your head. They are over your belly. Make sure you don't hyperextend the elbows and lift your hip as high as you possibly can. 5, go high and low with your arms. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We really worked the arms today. Put the weights aside. Hip down, of course. And just breathe for a moment. Just a few short stretches for the shoulder and the arms. The first one is seated. So take a seat. And this is going to be stretching those muscles that pull the shoulder blades, the scapula together. We worked on those when we opened up. So this is the, what do you call it, eagle arms, I tend to call them. So wrapping one elbow underneath the other, lifting the hands off the chest, bringing the hands away from the head, or whatever you can hold onto here, and then shoulders down. Most likely you feel that your shoulders are being pushed apart on the back. Maybe close your eyes and try to calm your breath and your nervous system. We have been stressing the nervous system a little bit here. But sometimes that helps afterwards to be present. You can stay here or go for opposite elbows. So take a look, which one did you bring on top, on lower? Just do opposite. Same thing, elbows up, hands away, shoulders down. When Jesus talks about not worrying in the Sermon on the Mountain, I believe he's also talking about being present, not worrying about the past or the future, but just being here right now. That is enough. Let go. Gonna stretch the pecs, and I'm gonna guide you through a posture or a stretch that can be tricky. To some people, it's like you get it immediately. Some people like, I don't get it at all. Bring your left hand up like this, cactus arm. This shape, you're gonna bring down on the floor, not extending it. Bent elbow on the floor. Take a look. Keeping this elbow here. Gonna bring it down. Keeping it bent on the floor, if you can see, like this. Elbow, shoulder, shoulder, aligned with the short end of the mat. Then I'm looking away from that elbow and coming onto the side of my hip to some degree. And this is where I get a stretch in the front of my chest muscle, or the front of the armpit there. If you can't find it, take a look at the screen. Your head is on the floor, trying to relax. This top leg doesn't have to be crossed over. Maybe you're not as much on the side as I am. That really differs. Other side. Same procedure. Your right hand on the floor. Take a look. Elbow, shoulder, shoulder. Turn away from that arm that you're stretching into. Come back on the mat on your belly. Cobra, toenails on the floor. Sphinx maybe is where you're pausing, or maybe you want to go for a little bit more of a back bend where elbows are off, hands somewhere down there on the floor. And then roll back and down. Come up, out on your back. Supine here. And find a bit of rest. As always, you're welcome to stay longer. But I'm just going to guide you into God's presence. And if you have a little bit of trouble, like thinking about what is God, maybe think about the most loving, creative, beautiful thing you have ever seen. That is, to me, God. All right. So as you rest here, trying to calm everything down. Try to picture God, or it might be Jesus, entering into this present moment. If God was here right now, right here, what would you feel? Would you run away? Would you hide? But God is in your present moment as He was in your past and in your present will be. Resting here on the floor, moving, working out as we just did, can also be a practice of worship, of surrender. Practice of discipline. So be present and receive God's present of love, of care, receive healing into those parts in your body that needs that. Into your thinking mind, your emotions, healing where that is needed. Receive it. And receive God's light. The light that shows you all the dark corners of our often very complex soul. Knowing that this light is not a light of condemnation, but a light that cleans things out, brings into light, so you're not in shame. There's nothing you need to hide from God. through grace, you are accepted when you surrender. I will slowly finish this class. You might take an inhale and sigh out. Maybe you want to move your fingers, your feet. If you're staying down on the floor, most likely you will just not move. Hug your knees or whatever you feel like. You just take it slow. I am just going to take a seat for now. You don't have to yet. Thank you, my friend, for participating. May God's presence be your daily present. Thank you.